I see someone made a post about the old time poverty stews and stuff that they used to cook back in the medieval times. I see some of my stews on there, my mackerel fish soups cooked in red sauce, and they do that with my clothes too. They look upon your wiretap house, watch you draw your fashions, put it together, and beat you down to the Library of Congress, and then come back and post that on your website so they can say you got it from them. This is why you don't ever force yourself into nobody's life. Open up their privacy, open up the doors, and they didn't open up the doors because the world is a cesspool, you know, and no one should have to be stripped and robbed of any part of them, you know, not their talents, not knowledge of them, no part of a person. We have a very foul government and a very foul world, and God just ain't moving fast enough to get rid of this mess down here he made. He put so much pressure on your mind, so much pressure on the better part of you. Have you skipping words and everything else. You know, have your blood pressure in every part of you affected with somebody else's misconduct. You know, and I'm just really, I'm just against any God that want you to live right and perfectly clean and find fault with you, but don't find any fault for himself for what he put you through. Really against that. Well, I got some positive dreams in the night that I made it, that he came, he got me out of the mess that he put me in, and I made it. But anyway, still, I'm thankful that I didn't, go into the pits or anything. But an unwanted experience, whether you're coming back or not to save your people out of jeopardy or the hell, the mess you put them in, it was still an unwanted experience, an unhealthy experience. When I say people are made perfect in line, well, look, you weren't born yesterday. I'm not talking about everybody. I'm talking about those who do that, think they're clever and can push your own talent in your face and say you got it from them. I've had my time with this Chinese race, but I've seen some things on them that they're not going to get away with. But anyway, even though God is mighty in battle, again, I cannot explain or express how you really didn't want to be bothered with any of it anyway. We're like puppets on a string when it comes down to him. If he wants you to get involved with this, you could run, but you're not going to escape. So yeah, I'm watching the old poverty stories and stuff. I'm like, wow, didn't I just make that miracle stew the other day with red soup? Well, this one that I made was miracles and dumplings. I didn't feel like picking 2 cans or more, so I did 1 can and added some tuna in it. I don't like that tuna. I usually make it with miracle only. I'm not much of a tuna fan. And so tuna had the gravy looking bumpy, whatever, but dumplings and everything was delicious. But I usually make it in red sauce. So before I can finish my third bowl, went back for seconds, didn't even get to the third bowl. I click online and so happened to look at the post about the poverty dinners and the medieval dinners, and there go my miracle soup and red sauce. I know I do red sauce. I just can't stand trash people like that. I really despise their existence. You think you have the right to take from somebody else, put your name on it, profit, and say foot on that person. I just point blank can't stand you. I want you to die overnight around here. I just filthy, with a filthy mind, I can't stand you. Yeah. Well, that filthy mind or mad anger, angry mind with folk like that. That's a just mind. I ain't got no filthy mind. But I just gotta explain. Yeah, and then I will turn around. I heard some kind of propaganda, something about I still. No, witchcraft in the world is real. Now I could walk 7 blocks through the store, but nothing happens. No underwears are not involved. As soon as I get in the store, I itch at home, but I look like I itch more there. My underwear start falling. So I go to the front of the store, reach in, pull them up, and whatever. And that happened 3 times. So these people know you from social media. They know your face. They know where you live. And when you walk in the store, I can feel the impact of their spirit. It's funny to them. Witches are real. If you stand in an aisle, something like that happened at Kohl's in 3 different neighborhood stores. And also, when I buy my remote control lights, I just bought some more. I want 2 in each room. Somebody sent their spirit through here. They slapped my lights off the wall. I only know one guy who used to do that. Come and send a spirit to my apartment and slap my pictures off the wall. But yeah. So no, I don't steal. If I did have money to buy what I needed, I wouldn't even go to the store. If I had no income at all, period, nowhere to go, I would project my spirit north. Get out of God's way, let him get rid of you. This blade, deceptional mess down here, this unpredictable mess down here. Look like the bad out now, but the good. But anyway, I don't mean to talk evil on nobody, but it is what it is. I'm gonna talk about what you do, whether it sound evil or good. I'm gonna talk about it, whether you like it or not. You're not gonna put your trashy mouth on my image, put your trashy records on my image, and you don't even have a right to be here as a people, period. God told Satan that if your kingdom be divided, it shall not stand. God bred a nation of people, 8 billion plus people, beneath a divided kingdom. You got 3 kings in heaven living an easy life, and you got 3 queens on earth catching hell. How in the hell are you standing, oh God? We're sick of you, the mouths of your unpredictables that you created down here. I call them stray. I really don't mean to deal with insults, but it is what it is. Folk will favor you today and cut your throat by the afternoon. Now, how in the heck are you standing, God? You teach hypocrisy, and for all the pressure that you put on us, all the evil that somebody else did to us, nobody belonged in hell before Father, Son, and Holy Ghost. And that's the real gospel. And that's mostly what I get despised for, being plain spoken. That's all I'm despised for being a plain spoken person. By heaven and earth, that's all people hate me for. I don't care about your hatred. I know he came and got me in the night. I saw the victory in the vision. I'm going to make it. I'll make it pay your lives too.